If you don't learn anything from this video, either I can't speak or you don't know how to listen. And clearly I know how to speak, so you do the math. Yo, it's Tay Marquise, if you couldn't tell by the name of this channel, and today I'm back with a video. Today we're going to be talking about the tips you need for college and basically just general college knowledge. Boss! I should be a rapper. So hopefully this is more informational, and like I said in the last clip, this is going to be all things college tips and general college knowledge. General college knowledge, hey, general college knowledge, general college knowledge. Wait, so I have this big list that I generated because a while back, a bunch of freshmen on Facebook or seniors going into their freshman year of college posted asking or shared this post, and they were like, any college tips or any college advice. Also, my fire detector always goes off and I have yet to get that fixed. Stay tuned for that vlog because that's gonna be a vlog because I'm gonna fix it myself. Anyway, we're gonna start. I don't think this is gonna be too long. Great. Get comfortable. I don't think this is gonna take too long, and hopefully I can do this in one sitting, but we'll see how that goes. First, you need to get a planner. College, they don't give you an agenda book. I don't know if people used to get agendas when they were in elementary school, but eventually school stopped giving you agenda books. So if you don't get a planner, you need to have something that you put your school schedule on so that you can note your homework and basically know anything that you have to do. Tasks, job stuff, literally anything that you have to do. Don't stray from your own schedule just to satisfy others. That is self-explanatory, and just hope that there's another party or another event. You don't have to hope, there will be. Also, right now, there should not be any parties because Corona, so wear your mask or I'll beat your ass. Leave the table, party, or gathering when you feel the urge to. I'm not losing anything being here, so I might as well just chill. No, leave. If you feel the urge to leave, you'll be fine. Eat what you want, eat what you want, eat what you want. If you would like to balance things out, eat whatever you want, but be active. I was living in New York, so I had to walk basically everywhere, unless I was going uptown on the subway, but I had to walk everywhere, and that kind of like balanced out what I was eating there. And also, college makes you snack more. I don't know if that's just me, but it makes you snack more, especially when you're on a college meal plan. Get to know your professors and ask questions even when you understand on a basic level. I didn't think that one through. Okay, anyway, by getting to know what I mean by get to know your professors is get on their good side. 9 times out of 10, if you have a good experience or a good relationship with your professor, I can't say that you're guaranteed to get an A in the class, but you're more likely to do better because, number one, you seem interested to them and you seem to care about the class. And number two, they like kids who like establish some foundation or relationship with them. Participation will keep your grades up. As long as you participate, as long as you speak up, even if you don't really even if you don't understand the assignments, participation will only help. Like if you are active in what you're doing in the class, active in discussions, active in debates, or active in experiments, whatever. If you're active and if you participate, you are more likely to learn and more likely to progress than if you just don't do anything. Start the assignment the day you get it. You'll be grateful the day before it's due. This just means don't procrastinate, and procrastination doesn't always mean like waiting to the literal last minute. Procrastination is like, oh, you get an assignment, you have all this free time, and instead of getting it done, say 3 weeks early, you're okay with getting it done a week early. But it's very rewarding when you know how to speak English. It's very rewarding when you get it done ahead of time because literally you don't have to worry about it anymore until like the day you have to present or the day you have to turn it in. And the earlier you get it finished, the greater chance you have to review it and to make changes if you get like a change of thought or you get a new idea. It's okay to say no sometimes. I feel like I'm always going back to parties. It's okay to say no to hanging out. It's okay to say no to drugs. It's okay to say no to drinking. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. And if people don't agree with that and they get angry at you or they don't want to be your friend, then whoopty dang do. I am not going to drink rubbing alcohol just because you are going to be sad if I don't poison myself. Next, speak your mind, especially if your mental health is at risk. If you feel like something is being compromised, if you feel unsafe, if you feel like you didn't give consent for something, if you, going back to the last point, if you want to say no, speak up. And if you feel like you can't speak up yourself, colleges have resources. I'm going to attach some resources below for like all important issues. I'm going to do that. So don't be afraid to speak up. Don't look for friendships. They will happen. By this, I mean, don't make yourself desperate to be friends with people. Just let them happen naturally. You will find friends in the environments that you spend most of your time in. Ask for help. If you have an issue with something, don't wait until class is over to be like, I really didn't understand that. Like, they didn't explain it well. If you're not willing to ask the question. The more you ask, the more you know. Maybe you don't understand it. If you do understand something completely, look for ways to ask questions. Look for ways of clarification. Look for ways to make sure you understand everything and that you received it in the way that the teacher wanted you to receive it. If you're tired of doing it instead of tired from doing it, pick a new interest. This goes with like your career path and what major you choose. There's a difference between being tired of something and being tired from something. If you're doing something you love but it's making you very tired, then I think that's okay because hard work needs to go into a lot of success. But if you're tired of doing it, like it annoys you, it gives you a headache and it makes you sad and you don't feel good about yourself and you don't feel good about it ever, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it. Don't be stubborn. Start a conversation. Just say hi to someone. If you're just gonna judge people by how they look and let that be the determining factor of whether you want to speak to someone or become friends with them, then you just closed off an opportunity. You don't know what the opportunity was for because you didn't say hello to that person. And I'm not saying you have to go up to everybody every single day and say, hey, hi, hey, my name's Tay. No, you don't have to do that. But I feel like if you are in the circumstance to do so, then just say hello. Be the most invested in the room or be the wisest in the room. Basically, know why you're there. You're paying for your education, so you need to make the most of it. Don't just be sitting in a classroom laid back. And you can be laid back, but you can be an active listener as well. So if you're just chilling, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm gonna just think it through. You need to be the most invested. You need to be the one who wants to get the most out of the class. I know that several people can have this mindset, but if you have that mindset for yourself, it'll only make things better. It'll only make you work harder and be more keenly aware of what's going on in the classroom. If you're having doubts, then maybe don't this time again. If you're seriously doubting something or your gut is telling you something different, you should probably go with your gut unless it's like something bad. Like if you're contemplating doing something bad, then you probably shouldn't do that because they're probably going to kick you out of college. Stay in contact with your family. Obviously, there are extenuating circumstances. If your family situation isn't the best, you don't necessarily have to keep contact with them, but at least keep in contact with someone you love, someone you trust while you're in college because it's not something that you want to do by yourself. Make memories, live in the moment, not too much. Do things that you know will be okay health-wise. Yeah, I guess that's it. Be a problem solver. Yeah. Be a problem solver. By that, I mean, like if you have an issue and you don't necessarily know how to deal with something, try to find ways to deal with it. I'm not talking about mental health. Mental health, you can get help. That's not always something that people can solve by themselves. But if it's like a math homework problem or something like that, or if you're reading something and you don't quite understand it, you can do some searching. Don't just back off of something immediately when you don't understand. Be willing to work stuff out. Before you decide that you can't do something, try to think of 100 ways in which you can do that. And you might discover some new things about yourself. Forgive yourself. This is hard for everyone. I'm still dealing with this to this day. Basically, you can hold yourself to certain standards. And I feel like for myself, at least, I've held myself to a certain standard to the point where other people hold me to that standard. And sometimes it's hard to keep up with what other people want you to be. So with that being said, you're allowed to forgive yourself. You're allowed to mess up. Don't let yourself mess up. Like, don't just be like, okay, I don't care about it. But when you do mess up, if you do fail something after giving all of your hard work and time and money, I guess, and thought, then some things just happen. So just be willing to forgive yourself. Don't beat yourself up on something that you can't control. Like, say, for example, a midterm. You can't retake a midterm, but you can impact the rest of your class grade throughout the rest of the semester. So yeah, forgive yourself. Budget and know what you can recover from financially. Those go hand in hand. Allow yourself some leisure. I made sure I did that while I was in New York. Like, I made sure I saw Broadway shows, but I budgeted and I got cheap tickets versus like just blowing money. And I did shop but I also did it on a budget, ball on a budget. So don't just spend all of your money if you know you're gonna need it, because college is very costly inside and outside the classroom. Find ways to get involved in the community outside of your school and do some volunteering. Those go hand in hand. Basically, just find something to do outside of your major. Find something to do that you wouldn't do otherwise, and try to add some variety to your lifestyle, because you never know until you do, or until you try. Well, this is getting repetitive. Experiment with new interests and activities. You may find a major you're interested in. So yeah, those go hand in hand. Remember to make the most out of the education, because you're not necessarily the one getting paid. Yeah. Even if you're not paying for school, if you're going on a full ride, you did the work for those scholarships, you did the work to get into college, make the most out of college. Ask your teachers questions. It's your job to ask them. It's their job to answer them. If they can't answer your questions, then they shouldn't be teaching and they shouldn't be getting your money. Go to school events. Obviously, this is not applicable to right now, but when I was in college before Corona happened, I made sure I went to all the events, because technically this is where your money's going. They're spending money on bounce houses and club events and all this kind of stuff, so I made the most of it. Communicate and don't beat around the bush with your roommates. This is very, 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 very important. I don't think people really have roommates right now, but when people do have roommates, like this video may be useful further down the line. Communicate your boundaries. Don't just hold stuff in. I feel like I communicated my boundaries enough to where people could understand what I was trying to say. For example, my roommate was sick often, and basically I just expressed my concerns with him being sick, and he was like, oh, I think it's gonna get better, da 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 da. But if I hadn't said anything, he wouldn't have been aware that I was worried about it and that I felt threatened by him being sick all the time. Just let them know. If you hold it back, then you're gonna suffer mentally, and it's gonna take a toll on your college experience. So you get familiar with the surroundings of your college, know what's safe, what's not safe, what's convenient, what's closed, what food places you can go to. It's convenient. Find a legal side hustle like selling clothes, house or dog sitting, a retail clothing job, promoting, modeling, YouTube, jobs that won't eat up your entire schedule. Anyways, basically you just find a side hustle. You're spending money at college. Maybe your parents give you money, but wouldn't it be nice for you to not have to ask them for money? So just find a side job. Get a laptop. I have this Microsoft Surface Pro laptop that was gifted to me. Thank you, Stephanie. Just get you an updated laptop, because college, at least now, for real, college and school in general, it's mostly online, and you need a computer that can keep up with the pace, because I can barely keep up with the pace myself. Oh, this is just a recommendation. Hygiene is important. You need to take care of yourself for the sake of others. That's important. But also in the morning, if I took a shower in the morning, that is a good start to your day. No matter how you slept. If you slept poorly, a morning shower will help. If you slept great, a morning shower will help. It'll wake you up. It's like a de-stressor. Yeah. Follow your school on social media to stay in the know. You don't necessarily have to follow your school, but you can follow clubs. You can follow people that market for your school, or other accounts that specifically correlate to your school, so you know what's going on. You know if there's scholarship opportunities, you know if there's promotional methods, school jobs, anything that you can do in relation to the school if you're interested in being that deeply involved with the school. If you weren't getting sleep before, get it now. And if you can't, make it your goal to do so. Sleep is so, so, so important. I found it hard to sleep with my roommate because my roommate was a gamer. I forgive. I have no issues with him, but again, when I was out during most of the day, I'm a musical theater major, so what I did mostly was like performing arts stuff. What I wanted to do in my room was relax, but I couldn't really do that because he was gaming, and there was no time for me to take naps. And even at nighttime, he'd be playing games till like 11 o'clock. So basically just common courtesy in your room, because everyone needs sleep. Sleep is important. College schedules differ. If you have a lot of homework, what I do personally is I try to knock out as much as I can the night before and go to sleep early that night after doing work, and then wake up early the next day instead of staying up and possibly crossing over to the schedule that you will have time to sleep. As long as you get those sleeping hours, it'll weigh itself out. If you need to get something done by the next day, just pray on it. You can stay up if you want, but just know that you're compromising your sleep schedule. Cut the phone time if the work isn't done. That's self-explanatory. I managed to keep up the phone time and get the work done, but you can probably get more work done and do it more efficiently if you don't use your phone as much. Music is therapy. I didn't realize how much I depended on music until I didn't have it. Like this semester, I haven't been listening to that much music. I've been doing things related to music, but not music of my choice, because I've had a lot of work in theater, and it's been a very, 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 very tiring time. So when you realize, or when you go back to music, you realize how therapeutic it is. And the last one is go back to the top and read this again. Maybe I'll post this list. I'll post a link to this list in the comments. I don't know what I'll do. But that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give this a... Why can't I talk today? This is supposed to be educational. Give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And feel free to share because this is beneficial for all high school seniors, all high school freshmen, anyone going into college. So share this with the world. This is important. And yeah, have a nice day. Have a nice year. Wear your mask. Be nice. Be kind. Don't be judgmental. For all you people who use social media, remember that numbers don't matter unless they cut in that check. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And like I said, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to share. I already said that. I gotta go.